Vince McMahon has officially retired from WWE, and he is no longer part of the company. And the real reason why this happened has been revealed. Just a short time ago, Vince McMahon tweeted out the following message: "At 77, time for me to retire. Thank you, WWE Universe. Then, now, forever, together." Many fans thought, oh, this is just part of an angle, storyline, to get people to watch their TV shows, and they kind of thought nothing of it. But then, an official press release was sent out by Vince McMahon, and in this press release, announcing his retirement, here's what Vince had to say: "As I approach 77 years old, I feel like it's time for me to retire as chairman and CEO of WWE. Throughout the years, it's been a privilege to help WWE bring you joy, inspire you, thrill you, surprise you, and always entertain you. I would like to thank my family for mightily contributing to our success, and I would also like to thank all of our past and present superstars and employees for their dedication and passion for our brand. Most importantly, I would like to thank our fans for allowing us into your homes every week and being your choice of entertainment. I hold the deepest appreciation and admiration for our generations of fans all over the world who have liked, currently like, and sometimes even love our form of sports entertainment." Then questions began to arise. Is Vince McMahon really retiring? Will he still have his hand in WWE? He'll be kind of a shadow controller. A media source reached out to WWE, and here is WWE's official response to the question whether or not Vince McMahon is really gone. Here is WWE's response: "Vince McMahon is retiring from all roles, including head of creative." So Vince McMahon is gone. It's over. It's done. Vince McMahon will never be part of WWE ever again. Obviously, this changes everything in the world of wrestling. But the question is, why did this happen? What is the real reason? Well, just after this story broke, that came out. It seems that Vince McMahon got wind the investigation into his inappropriate relationships with women employed by WWE and paying some of those women off to keep them quiet. The investigation was turning up a lot of bad information that was no doubt going to find Vince McMahon guilty. There was an internal investigation done by an independent group to figure out whether or not Vince McMahon did anything wrong. Well, they were finding lots of bad stuff, and the report was going to be coming out very soon. And instead of the board of directors firing Vince McMahon, he decided, you know what, I'm just going to retire today. This way I can go out on my own terms, even though he was forced out. Of course, in the last week, he's tried a lot of things to try and get back into people's good graces, to make himself look good. He had Titus O'Neil come out on Raw and cut a promo about how great WWE was and how much charity work they did. Unfortunately, that didn't work out, and now Vince McMahon has retired from WWE, and the big question is, who is going to take over Vince McMahon's role in WWE as head of creative and in charge of day-to-day operations? Well, we now have an answer of who is replacing Vince McMahon. So here's what we know about this giant shakeup caused by Vince McMahon retiring from WWE. So Stephanie McMahon will remain on as the CEO of WWE. And that's basically handling all of the business stuff. She really doesn't have a hand in the creative or who gets pushed, things like that. But she'll be the CEO. Now, of course, she became the CEO after Vince McMahon stepped down as CEO when these allegations from these women first arose. And Stephanie was supposed to be the interim CEO, but now she will become the full-time CEO. Just prior to Vince McMahon retiring from WWE, Triple H did an interview on ESPN where he announced that he was now going to be head of talent relations for WWE. Now, head of talent relations doesn't really give you any control. It really just puts you in charge of actually doing the hiring and firing, meaning you don't get to decide who is hired and fired, but when you hire someone, you're in charge of getting them into the company, signing the contract, and getting everything figured out. And then the firing part of it is basically telling people, hey, unfortunately, you're fired, and then just making sure that everything is completed after they're fired. So Triple H will be the head of talent relations. Unfortunately, it doesn't give him much control, but why would you have Triple H just be in charge of hiring and firing people? Why wouldn't you put him in charge of creative, of day-to-day operations? He ran NXT. Now, if Triple H would have beaten AEW in the ratings, most weeks, then maybe they would have said, hey, this is our guy, let's put him in charge of WWE. Well, unfortunately, Triple H right now is in this kind of less than important role as head of talent relations. So the question is, who is going to take Vince McMahon's place as head of creative and in charge of day-to-day operations? So now with Vince McMahon gone, they needed somebody to be in charge of the TV shows and the pay-per-views, because that's what Vince McMahon was currently doing. Well, to keep things in the family, they have decided to make Shane McMahon the head of creative and in charge of day-to-day operations. He will basically approve scripts, approve pushes and demotions of wrestlers. He will be basically deciding who gets to win championships and who gets to lose. And the reason why they decided to have Shane take over for Vince was because they want to keep it in the family. That even though Vince McMahon is retiring, at least his two children, Stephanie and Shane, will have a big hand in WWE and basically control it. And then Vince McMahon's son-in-law, Triple H, will be head of talent relations. And it's possible Triple H might be promoted in the coming weeks as they figure out if they need more help or they don't like the direction where everything's going. But as of right now, Shane McMahon is taking over for Vince McMahon, and a true new era in WWE is about to begin. What are your thoughts about Vince McMahon retiring from WWE? And what are your thoughts about Shane McMahon being the new head of creative and in charge of day-to-day operations in WWE? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you are notified when we upload a new video.